Chris Hahn hates things who are unfair. He's host of the Aggressive Progressive podcast and is with us now. You know, Chris, it got me thinking, if only there was a senator from Massachusetts who fought for the middle class and could take away Harvard's tax-free status for their endowment and could then enforce that Harvard pay a living wage to their grad students, who could that senator be?
Well, when Senator Warren ran for president, as did Senator Sanders, a big part of their campaign was no one who works 40 hours a week should be on food stamps. And unfortunately, in America, there is a good number of people who are working 40 hours a week. They're not just grad students at Harvard who probably have a very bright future ahead of them. There are people who are raising children across this country working for big corporations and not able to make ends meet. It is a big problem in America, which is why Senator Warren and Senator Sanders have pushed for not just a minimum wage, but a living wage for people who work full time.
Yeah. Okay, I get the concept of living wage. What about going after the employers themselves? Okay, we know that if we have a living wage, all that happens is prices go up. We've dealt with that. It's called inflation. Where is the enforcement by Senator Warren and Senator Sanders, who don't need to be president? They can do this as senator. They can take away the tax-free status of these endowments, and they can say that these universities can't rely on subsidies, both from the federal government for their tax-free endowments and subsidies for food stamps to pay their professors.
You know, and I think it cuts both ways, Leland. I agree. I mean, look, if they're getting these subsidies from the federal government, they should have that taken away to the amount that people are actually applying for food stamps. I think the same thing will go to a corporation that is doing tax write-offs on various expenses. If their employees are on food stamps and they're working 40 hours a week, we should take the money from them too, and that'll even everything out. I'm for it. I think you're right.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're going to mark the tape because I think this is the first time that we've heard that. I'm actually stunned. I don't even have anything else to say. We still have 90 seconds left in the segment.
I had to make up for Dr. Wright in the last segment, who was completely right. it was very fun for me to watch. So.
Man, I felt like I was back in college when you really you had something you were so proud of, and then just boom. Yeah, well, that's why we have people who.
I mean, she could have just said, "Go out and touch grass, Leland. It's okay. The world exists. It's gonna be okay."
Yeah, it was. I think you call it a filane, to be generous. So, Chris, I appreciate you dusting me off. That's why That's why there are friends in this world. It's good to see you.
Exactly. Nice to see you too.
All right. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.